Okay, I'm just going to teach you a little bit about the tree of knowledge. Hear those questions that I asked, they were really good answers. So it's a combination of a lot of things, of Māori God. The tree, the god of the forest is being who? Tāne Mahuta. And also the life force between the Papatuanuku and Rangi Nui. Okay, so if you have a look on the emblem that you've got, it's got a person lying down on their back with the legs forth up to the sky, to Rangi. Okay, this is one of the stories that I've been told about the Tree of Knowledge and how it began. There's obviously different many stories and understandings of what the Tree of Knowledge is, and this is just one of them. Many years ago there used to be a tree out where the library is. Now this tree got, come into me, this tree got pulled down and the library was built. So you can understand it being, the library being all the books and knowledge that you need to know. And the tree that used to be there is no longer there. So it's now a tree of knowledge. So the tree of knowledge always grows because as time goes on, new books arrive, and more knowledge is being taught. Yeah? And that's one of the stories. Now the picture you've got on your, or the emblem that you have on your shirt is about the connections between Papatuanuku and Rangi. Now the histories between Papatuanuku and Rangi is they have different gods. Now we have in the South Island really strong winds, eh? Yeah? And the god of winds is, does anyone know? Hawhiri Mātia. Yeah? So between Papatuanuku, who's lying on the ground, and Rangi, we have in the middle Hawhiri Mātia, the winds of the southern plains. Yeah? On the legs we have the one that's pushing up on the legs. Who pushed Papatuanuku and Rangi? Who pushed them apart? Yep. Tāne Mahuta, representing the tree. Yeah? Now on the face that you have on Papatuanuku, you've got these big spirals. Yeah? And in Māoridom, when there was a chief that had spirals on his face, or on his nose and ears, they represented different things. And on the spirals they had, by your ears here, was to do with wisdom of medicine. So you were knowledgeable of medicine. The ones that you had on the nose and so forth, so it was coming out of your mouth, was to do with a good spokesperson. So within the Tree of Knowledge we had people that had, in this region we had different trees, and they called it rongoa, which was medicines, where the designs come by the ear. And in the South Island, or within this region, we had good spokespeople. People that were very, what they call it, oratorial. We had ways of speaking to other people. Just like I speak to you guys, and you guys speak back to me, you pass on your knowledge, wisdom. And that's the ones that have by the nose. Okay, and also the ones that are spiraling by the cheeks is to do with Tumatauinga, the god of war, because we're in a facility or in the regions of the army, and the god of war is Tumatauinga, and these where the ones come on the cheek, and also the ones that have on the leg, the puhoro, they call it, the big designs that you have on the legs within the tree. And what it'll do is the Papatuanuku who's lying on the ground, pushing up and holding the connection between Rangi and Papa, and that's where the whole story comes from. A man who drew that picture lives in Burnham. I can't recall his name, but I'll get it back to you. And we're very lucky to have a emblem like so for our school, so we're thanking to him. And locked in between all of that is you guys, because without you guys, a library's no good. Yeah, you've got to have someone to read the book. Yeah, so you guys are the most integral or the most important part of the Tree of Knowledge. Yeah, because You can have all the wonderful tools in the world, but if you've got no one to use those tools, they're no good. Yeah? So you've got the connections between it all. Yeah? Are there any questions? Gerald?
I've read that story before.
Have you? Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Any other questions? Now, there may be other stories that you may hear about it. That's only one of them. There's many stories. And as we go in time, we beef them up and make them sound better. Yeah? That's the tree that Joe grew. Or, yeah, some of them are, because what happens, okay, that's an example. We do it at school, and we do it all the time without even knowing. We go, oh, did you see such and such did this? And as the end of the day comes, she did something totally different. Yeah, because you made it up. Yeah, as it goes along. And this is what happens with some stories that we have. Like we have some iwi and hapu that say, you know where they said, Paikia, you know, the whale up in Ngāti Parau? Wakoro actually really before they do. Because these are our whale, not these. See, because we all have our different stories about them. And they go, oh, Paikia belongs to the Ngāti Parau. Nah, Paikia doesn't belong to the Ngāti Parau, he belongs to Whangāpunu because he had to come to Whangāpunu first to get to Ngāti Parau. So we actually hop on him first and take him out and hop off and leave you right. So little stories like that, how we make them up ourselves. And that's what happens. Yeah. Any other questions? Last question.
There's a movie called It's got a one that sometimes they really guys.
Yeah, the Paikia. That's a good story, that is. Okay. Etu. Okay.